Would you like to learn which winning meme coin, cult coin, mission coin, movement coin has the potential to turn $1,000 into $100,000 if not $1 million by the end of the bull market? My name's the Suppoman, your superhero of 100 to 1000X gems. If you've been watching me, you would have gotten into numerous 100X gems. And the one I'm sharing with you in this video is no exception. So if you love content like this, make sure you smash a like on this video. If we get to 5,000 likes, I'm going to be giving 3 people in the comments $1,000 of this winning cult coin. And make sure that you subscribe. And if you subscribe, leave me a comment to say I have subscribed and I really want $1,000 of this winning cult coin. So I know who to give it to. The crypto market has gone green finally after a terrible start to 2025. Bitcoin is very close to its new all-time high, but more importantly, altcoin season is being signaled by the growth of Ethereum in the last couple of weeks. While we are not in altcoin season right now, we are making huge strides towards it. And at the same time, Bitcoin dominance has crashed, very similar to what we saw back in November. And this was the period that we saw the likes of SPX6900 go from 4 cents to, by January, $1.52. So the crashing of Bitcoin dominance signals that we are in for a lucrative altcoin season. Now, in the last month that we have started seeing altcoins pumping, you can see the category of cryptocurrency that is the most explosive, and that is meme coins. We have got all of the various categories here: DeFi, Layer 2, RWA, smart contracts, GameFi, AI, and DePIN. Like, these are considered the biggest trends in cryptocurrency, the biggest categories. And yet, look how much meme coins are outperforming all of them. Now, meme coins is only part of the equation. A sub-segment of meme coins that has the greatest upside is movement coins. Movement coins are far more adept at capturing money flow and investor interest because these are valued by belief. That means what's in here, what's in the heart as well. Not necessarily thinking about money all the time, but actually believing in something. And that's why movement coins have really captured the imagination of the investing public. And these types of meme coins are at the top of the tree in terms of longevity, explosiveness, and true chaos, noise, and virability. So in order for a cryptocurrency to spread like wildfire and grow in hysteria is to be an effective movement. As usual, nothing I say is to be construed as financial advice. Crypto is largely unregulated and high risk, and people who invest should be prepared to lose all their money. And everything I say to you in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. And this is where I present to you Doge, or DJI6930. DJI6930 is the equivalent of SPX6900. SPX6900 is on a mission to flip the SPX stock market. And based on a recognizable value proposition, DJI6930 is on a tear, capturing the interests and obsessions of dedicated retail investors. Now, DJI6930, its value proposition is based on flipping the Dow Jones Index. Now, the Dow Jones Index was established in 1885, making it 140 years old. Therefore, this is the most reputable and long-established stock market indices, the most recognizable to traditional finance. Whereas SPX 6900 is based on flipping the S&P 500, which was only formed in 1957, thus being 68 years old. So DJI 6930 is going after a grander target. As a result of being the oldest, the most respectable stock market, it is one of the tickers that is most known to TradFi. We've got Dixie, we've got the Dow Jones Index right here, which is an index comprising of 30 blue chip American companies. So the DJI is long established to traditional finance. Like, this is a ticker that is very well known. And as you can see underneath it, we've got SPX. Underneath that, we have got the NASDAQ, got the FTSE, the Hang Seng, which is a China index. So you can see that DJI is one of the most respectable tickers in all of traditional finance. And that's where DJI 6930 has the potential to spread like wildfire, because this is concentrating on the most prestigious ticker in traditional finance. Now, what makes this cryptocurrency really appeal to many is the fact that not only is it a traditional finance cryptocurrency, but it is also a dog meme. So it merges dog memes with traditional finance to create an icon that's attractive to Wall Street. So something that most meme coins do not have is any attraction to Wall Street. The only way you get any attention from Wall Street is by being a huge market cap. And Dogecoin, without doubt, is one of the few that makes that standard. All the rest do not. But Doge, this is designed to appeal to them and to appeal to the crypto retail market, because it takes one of the most established names, Doge, mixes it with Dow Jones and creates Doge. And then we have got the ticker, which is DJI6930, which stands for Dow Jones Index, 69, which means flipping, and then 30, which are the 30 blue chip companies. The overall valuation of the Dow Jones 30, when you combine all of the market caps of all of the blue chip companies, is 20.3 trillion. So what DJI6930 is looking to do is to flip that Dow Jones valuation of $20 trillion, going for a mark of $30 trillion. That is the end goal. That is the second meaning of the 30s. Now, without a doubt, this is an extremely ambitious, people would say crazy and delusional target. Why? Because we are looking at a cryptocurrency looking to overthrow the combined market caps of the likes of Amazon, Cisco, Goldman Sachs, IBM, Microsoft, Nvidia. Like, we are looking at absolutely huge household names. So one would naturally think, that's a crazy target, that's ridiculous. Never is that going to be achieved. But the more crazy, the more ambitious the target is, the higher the eventual outcome. So to give you a huge example, XRP. Now, I've been around in cryptocurrency for 8 years, and I know in all of that time that the XRP army believe one XRP could be worth $589. Now, that's completely unrealistic. Like, that is never going to happen. That would mean that XRP is worth many, many, many trillions of dollars, but it doesn't matter. The XRP army grows because they are motivated by a massive target. And that's what encourages more and more people to invest in XRP, not understanding that market cap matters when it comes to the coin price of XRP. And this is why Doge has got enormous potential, because at this point it is really attracting many retail investors. It is just 3 weeks old and it has already captured 13,500 hodlers. It is growing exponentially and like wildfire. Right now it is pure hysteria in the market for Doge. Like, the amount of artwork and memes that are being created by the people in the Doge community is unbelievable. Like, the mindshare and attention that they are generating is astronomical, even attracting people who were previously SPX hodlers. So we've got Arterial Aeon. So Aeon is the name of the community of SPX. So if you're an SPX holder, you're an Aeon. And this is an example of someone who is diversifying their portfolio with an asset very, very similar. And this is what's happening right now with Doge. Like, they are diluting the amount of money that is in SPX because more and more people are migrating towards DJI6900. More and more people within SPX are doing. And to give you a real live example of the hysteria of Doge and how this is really catching on, you only have to go to Across the Rubicon's latest video. So he's done a video, this is your last chance to buy SPX6900. Now, that naturally should attract the SPX6900 Aeons to be commenting all over his YouTube comments. However, if you look at his YouTube comments, you can see it's all Doge DJI6930. That's all you see. Sorry, mate, SPX6900 was so yesterday. Doge is the way to go. Bro's going to be talking about Doge at 1 billion because he's not spoken about Doge in any detail at this point. And there's just people talking about Doge. Hardly anybody is there to stick up for SPX, saying SPX is the better coin of both of them. Like, this Doge, there's a real takeover going on here. There is a real mania. The movement of Doge in just 3 weeks of getting nearly 13,500 hodlers is showing that the belief system in Doge is allowing it to grow super fast. And at this point, Doge is only 6 cents, whereas SPX is $1.95 at a near $2 billion market cap. And the thing is, why this is significant is because there is way more upside potential and multipliers to come from Doge. So all the people in SPX that believe in SPX and invested in SPX, they invested in it because there are no movement coins. There's hardly any cult movement coins in the market at all. Like, all you've got is a market awash with temporary memes, gambling coins, and animal icons without any actual substance. So people invest in SPX6900 because this is the first belief coin that existed. And that's why it's amassed a market cap of $2 billion. But Doge is a new belief coin, the one that competes with SPX, and one that stays true to the fundamentals and valued by belief metrics that SPX6900 has. And that's why SPXs are migrating to Doge, but not only SPXs, the whole market. At a lukewarm stage in the market where assets are just starting to grow, the rotation is happening from Bitcoin into Ethereum. It's not really touching the low or micro caps at this point. Doge at the moment is absolutely blowing the roof off. And just to give you an indication as to the strength of Doge, yesterday Doge was at an $85 million market cap. Someone sold a huge amount in Doge, bringing the market cap down to 37 million. And guess what happened? What typically happens with a cryptocurrency that achieves a drop that huge is that everybody panic sells. It sets off a domino effect where everybody is thinking, right, I better get out because this has really dropped. Because lots of people are in huge profits with Doge, right? And only one person made a huge sell. One person did this, not a huge amount of people. One person did this. And instead of creating that domino effect where people were selling, actually what happened is within 10 minutes, that sell got eaten up by buyers. I mean, you can see here on the 15-minute chart, all of this happened in a very, very quick succession. Went down to 34, and literally within the next 15 minutes, it went right back up to 77. Somebody panic selling only encouraged the community to buy more. They didn't see this as a scam or as a rug pull. They know this is a legitimate project, and they were all ready to just buy it up. So that was just one lone seller, and everybody else was buying it. So that's just telling you the utter strength of DJI6930. And look at the artwork. Like, it's fantastic. It is spreading all over X. And this is a reason why there are 13,000 hodlers, because it's not just me, it's the Trinites. So where SPX6900 has got the Aeons as their holders, DJI6930 has got the Trinites. And that is basically because of the three-headed Shiba that is the icon of Doge. People have added the Trinite emojis to their Twitter handles. And you can see all of the people that are Trinites right here. Look, there are tons of them. Tons. Like, we're talking about a crypto market where there are millions of cryptocurrencies. So it's very difficult to find a community of actual loyal people, because most people are just gambling and speculating on various coins in the market. To actually put a stamp on your X profile and actually put these two emojis just shows that the people that are getting involved and becoming Trinites is gargantuan in quantity, right? There are a lot of people who are pledging allegiance to being Trinites. So there's tons. There's hundreds of them, right? And this is just having been out for just over 2 weeks, right? And this is already getting as popular as SPX6900, yet there is a 50x delta between SPX and DJI6930. So what you've got with DJI6930 is you have got the appearance and popularity of a multiple billion-dollar cryptocurrency, yet with the market cap of a low cap, right? It's just over 50 million, so it's just outside being a micro-cap cryptocurrency. And the thing is that DJI6930 actually encompasses most of the best qualities of the top cryptocurrencies. So, as you can see, SPX6900 is basically the top movement. However, it is deficient in being pre-critical mass. So critical mass means when the hordes come into a cryptocurrency. You know, when it is unleashed to the retail public. Now, this has already happened with SPX6900 in its trajectory from being a 1 cent cryptocurrency to being a $2 cryptocurrency. Like, basically, this has undergone a version of critical mass, where many people now know about it, and a lot of people have already invested in it if they were going to invest in it. Also, SPX6900 does not have a commercial mascot. Look, this is their icon. Their icon is a coin with S&P 6900 on it. It is not a mascot. A mascot is more commercial, is more likely to attract retail investors, particularly if there's a dog. Because at the end of the day, Doge, Shib, Bonk, Dog with Hat, Flocky are all Shiba Inu dog mascots, and they have all gone to well over the billions of dollars. And as a result of that, this is a quality that DJI6930 has that SPX doesn't. Also, DJI6930 is a micro cap. At the end of the day, SPX6900 is now a blue chip. It's well into the billions. Now we'll look at the Dow Jones Index. The Dow Jones Index, this really does not make you rich. Look, even if you're in something like Nvidia, right? If you make a loss on a particular day, it's like 2%. If you make a gain, it's like 2-3%. And similarly, when you look at all these other Dow Jones Index assets, like you really get hardly any upside. Granted, you get hardly any downside either, but basically you're never going to get rich. Like, this is a boomer asset class. You know, if you're a Dow Jones investor, you really only made money if you're a boomer at this stage in terms of age. If you are a millennial, Gen Z, Gen Y, then you are not making money with the Dow Jones Index or the stock market generally. And this is where DJI6930 comes, because this is an asset that has exposure to the Dow Jones, has Dow Jones as part of its narrative, but actually gives you strong upside and an ability to get rich. This is what DJI6930 can do. It makes you rich. All right. Now, as like I said, this is pre-critical mass. This has not had the hordes yet. Like, the hordes are going to be coming. This is only 3 weeks old, and it's already attracted a big community, a big, passionate, obsessive community. A mania phase that's taken over X. Having said that, it's still pre-critical mass. Like, it's only really bubbling. The snowball effect and network effect are growing, but not to the extent there's any sort of critical mass. This is a cryptocurrency that could easily go into the multiple billions, and its end goal is to go into the multiple trillions. So it's just an end goal that's always going to be in sight, that investors are always going to be chasing, just like the XRP investors. So DJI, it really has none of the qualities that will make the modern day young or younger investor make any money. So if you're under the age of 45, Dow Jones Index has never made you money and will probably never make you decent money. Doge is a meme coin. It's got no financial target ceiling like DJI6930 has. Like, these guys are chasing an actual target. Doge is not. This is just a pure meme coin. Bitcoin and Ondo, these have all experienced critical mass. You know, and they're all blue chip crypto. They're all blue chip in value. And none of them have any kind of spiritual foundation. And ultimately, the cryptocurrencies that are going to make it in this market are movements and missions. These are the ones that are going to get belief. These are the ones that are going to attract retail investors very, very quickly and get a very high speed of adoption, right? Less than 2 years for movements, for them to get any kind of critical mass. Whereas for all of these other assets, it takes many, 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 many years of investing in order to actually get a huge amount of adoption and make any real money. But movements, this is the premier tier meme coin. Like, what you've got in meme coins right now is just a bunch of temporary trends. Okay, a lot of these are not going to last. All of the ones that are in the trending page right now, these are not going to last. Like, most of them will not, because none of them are missions, none of them are movements. They are really, actually, I don't even understand how anybody gets involved in some of these. Like, for instance, Monkey, Blue Chip, like, these are just stupid. Like, none of these coins actually inspire me in any way to want to invest. And this is where movement coins really make the biggest difference. Because movement coins are not coins that you want to sell. They're not coins you want to trade or gamble with. These are coins you want to hold and believe in and just let everybody know about, right? Whereas the rest of these coins, these are pure gambles. Like, the time of which people are holding meme coins these days is 40 seconds. Like, the more meme coins that actually come into production, the less the amount of hodl time. So the average nowadays is 40 seconds for a meme coin hold. Why? Because there's just so much choice and people are just flipping and rotating all over the shop, right? And never actually making any real profits. You know, most of them will just get rugged half the time. And so there's an appetite right now of people that are just gambling because there's so many meme coins. And what cuts through all of this and gives a solution, whilst at the same time remaining true to a meme coin asset, is movements. You can just buy, believe, broadcast, just hold, right? Hold throughout altcoin season, right? And look, this is where the critical mass came in for SPX last time. But it's not our market cap that's going to make you massive multipliers. And now we have got, only 2 weeks ago, we had DJI6930 coming into the market. Just 2 weeks, right? So this is way before critical mass. And so I believe that the latter half of 2025 is going to herald the euphoria stage for cryptocurrency. And I believe that only the strongest cryptocurrencies are going to be the ones that really capture the money flow. I don't think that this is going to be one of those every single altcoin is going to go up, because there's just literally so much choice now. And really, it's only going to be the strong narratives that really exploit the euphoria stage. And this is why I am all in on Doge. Like, I am all in. Like, in all my 8 years of being in cryptocurrency, having covered the biggest multipliers in all of crypto, and I'm talking about, the likes of Binance, Solana, and Cardano, Phantom. I'm talking about layer 1 cryptocurrencies in the main. So I've invested in every single cryptocurrency narrative. And I think that in all my 8 years, I think this is the strongest one I have seen, right? Doge. And that's why I'm heavily concentrating on Doge. And this is why you've got the likes of Joe Parry, who's got nearly 500k subscribers, is also covering Doge, right? Now, what I really found awesome about the video that he did, literally 2 days ago, look, it's already got 41,000 views. And really, he's talking about Doge right here. And what he mentions is that SPX, which is, basically the same narrative as Doge, this has got a 5x chance. But Doge has got the opportunity to do a 100x. So this one has got the upside while sharing the same movement coin narrative. So to me, Doge is just a no-brainer, right? It's got a delusional target of flipping the Dow Jones $30 trillion. Now, if this was to go to $30 trillion, I don't think it could necessarily do that within the next 6 months. But if it was going to, we're talking about a 1 million X. So whilst it may not do 1 million X, imagine if it does 10% of that or 1% of that. Like, you're looking at major, major multipliers. And even for this to just get up to SPX, which I think it will, I think this is going to go up to SPX's current market cap by the end of this bull market, which is at this present time, near $2 billion. If it goes up to that again, you're looking at 50x here, right? You're looking at a major multiplier. And just look at it. I mean, this is not just your average, oh, we are a movement, meme coin. Like, if you go and you look at these websites, they're like, oh, we're a mission, we're a... No, they're not. They're not a mission. They're not a movement. They haven't got any kind of objective, a mission that can be achieved. This does. This is looking to achieve the mission of flipping the Dow Jones 30, right? And that's the mission. And there's a financial target attached to it, which no other meme coins have, other than SPX6900. But SPX6900 is in the billions. So what we're looking at here is an asset that can really make you rich, that is going to dilute the value of SPX, take away holders over time, and really make a lot of multipliers for people who get in. So I really think this is just a major cryptocurrency in the making. And I am, really trying to drum home the fact that this is an opportunity really not to miss. I hope you enjoyed today's video about Doge DJI6930. All you have to do is go on X. You can see the Trinites in operation. You can see that Doge is just growing daily. We are pre-critical mass. We're pre-exchanges. And we're pre-altcoin season at this point. We're just brewing up to altcoin season. So this has just got insane potential. Let me know in the comments, do you love Doge? What do you think of Doge versus SPX? Like, to me, these are two titans. The only difference is SPX is already here and Doge is down there. And it has got all the likelihood of getting up here, if not much higher. So which do you prefer? What would you rather buy? And also, are there any cryptocurrencies that you think I'm completely ignoring? Let me know in the comments. I'd be delighted to know. Till next time, I'm the Suppoman. You have been amazing. It is lights out, all out.